Hey, Sunday fun day. Just got out of church. Nice little service today. Really good. Really good. Turned on the old social media to kind of see what's going on in social media land, and saw something that really kind of made me think. Cody Tanksley, known as Tank on Instagram, he's a good dude, man. I went to high school with him. He was always good to me. Really good guy. In fact, he's one of the very first people that called called me before my deployment, and he really took care of me during my deployment, my first deployment. It was some tough times I was going through, not only with the firefights and gunfights, but with the emotional family side, or having a girlfriend at the time side that was pretty much doing everybody in Jacksonville. So yeah, it was pretty intense, but a good dude. He posted something on Instagram that I thought, that's totally true. A Marine Corps vet, Purple Heart recipient, got shot in the guts, and this young man's only receiving 90%. I don't understand that, or don't get it at all. I know a lot of people, I don't really want to jump into this, but I just want to say something quick. I know a lot of folks that are on 100% that I'm kind of really surprised that they are. Especially, majority of them never deployed. All of them never saw action. I'm just kind of surprised and taken back from it. Hopefully the VA will do the right thing for that young man. I mean, he definitely, in my opinion, deserves 100%. I mean, I don't think people really realize, what infantry people go through, the rigors of everyday infantry life, especially on a deployment. It's not easy. I see a lot of TikTok videos now of folks, showing what their deployments are like, and it's totally different from the stuff that I experience, and I know this young man experienced, and Tank actually experienced as well, and a lot of my friends, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of gunfights, a lot of losing our friends, our brothers, and then coming back home and just completely being messed up to the point where you can't function in society. But yet some people will look at you and be like, oh, you look good, and you're like, no, I'm slowly battling all these demons, and I got all this stuff going on. So it's pretty intense. That's kind of what I wanted to say on that. I was just really surprised to hear that, this young man's rating. So hopefully he'll do it right. Always tell folks, the VA is kind of what you get out of it. What you get out of it is what you put in. So if you don't go to your appointments, you don't take your medication, you don't do all the stuff they ask you to do, a lot of times they won't fight for you. But I'll also be honest with you too. If you find providers that you don't get along with, or you just don't think they're meeting your criteria, guess what? You can fire them and go to a different provider. The community care health aspect of the VA has been really good so far in my experience. I mean, I had a shoulder, and the VA can't do my shoulder surgery, so now I got to go through the community and get it. And then, I got all kinds of other stuff that I'm going to be getting another referral to a community provider for. So hopefully everything will work out. But that's kind of what I wanted to say with that. So now what we are about to do is we're about to go to Archery Addiction. I got about a month and a half, I'm thinking maybe a month, that I can really get in on this early season deer hunt. Vanessa and I submitted our antlerless deer tags. If I get a buck this year, I'm happy, but realistically I want to get a doe or something for the meat. Vanessa and I are really, really big on being self-efficient and not really having to buy everything at the grocery store. If we could reduce our bill every week, that would be really perfect. So that's kind of what our intent to do is she's get her tag and I got a tag. And if we get one, that's awesome. If we get two, that's even great, because, we won't have to buy meat for a whole year. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm heading to Archery Addiction to get some arrows, because I got my bow tuned up, and and now I kind of feel like I just forgot how to like use it, so I gotta like remind myself how to do it. So I've been shooting a lot of arrows, and I've been losing a lot of them, so now I gotta go out and buy a bunch of arrows today and keep them, and then I think I'm gonna get I'll probably head down to Lowe's and finish up this garage project I got going on. This project's going to be pretty cool. Once it's finished, I'll have all shelves in my garage. I like to be organized. I'm a super organized person. I have to organize my thoughts. I have to organize everything. If I'm not organized, I just get really, 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 really crazy. You know, I struggle with other stuff, but you know, the organization thing really, really gets to me big time. So we'll see. We're heading to this place. It's a really good place. Really good guys. Actually, Vanessa, for my birthday, bought me a deer target here, so it's actually pretty neat. Deer target's been really, really impactful in my shooting. So if you're able to, I always tell people, hey, try to get a target if you can. I know they're pretty pricey. You know, you can always get cheaper ones like we did, and you know, it's just nice to practice. The other day, I was hitting from 75 yards. I was hitting on target, and then all of a sudden I just kind of like forgot, and now I'm just kind of like a little off. So got to refresh myself and just kind of redo things. So yeah, Archery Addictions in Lehighton, Pennsylvania. I live in the very mountain rural area of Pennsylvania, which I like, and you know, it's really nice. It's beautiful. Like right now I'm looking at these big giant mountains that I'm about to drive through. Really, really neat. And then we have the Lehigh River below, which is really, really cool. Really good kayaking, really good fishing. Probably have this week a fishing video to upload. So, you know, just a couple things. So I just really like it. My passion for hunting and just being outdoors and just building and just learning new things is really, really big. Kind of helps with some of my struggles every day. You know, I struggle quite a bit, really, really hard. So, but you know, hopefully, you know, I'm staying optimistic. Things will get better. I hope, you know. So, it's just really, really neat. So, yeah, right now I'm driving on this really awesome bumpy road in Pennsylvania. For some odd reason they can't fix the roads, but yet we have the highest gas tax and pay the most in tolls, so that's pretty funny. But yeah, I'm looking at the river right now, and it looks incredible. You know, if it wasn't going to rain today, it might be a good day to take out the kayaks and just kind of get some kayaking done, just floating down the river. You know, it's always good. So there's quite a few things. I'm really happy. I'm a first-time homeowner, so you know that was really cool. That was super stressful. I did all these crazy stuff in the military. I did all this cool stuff and trained and could take on anybody, right? But yet I was so scared to buy a house. I don't know why. I guess the rejection part of me would feel really bad if they were like, hey, we can't approve you. But, you know, I got approved. I learned some lessons from the past before I joined, you know. Did some stuff and really messed my credit and financial stuff up before I joined the Navy. And so, you know, I learned a couple things that I kind of applied. It took some years to really get to where I am right now. It took a lot of years. And, you know, life's a journey. One of the biggest things that I'm kind of like keep on telling myself is it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. I used to hear that all the time, and I used to just be like, you know, that's not really that big of a deal. But you know what? Lately, it's been on my mind quite a bit. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. It takes time, you know. It's really, really easy to get sucked in to try to chase it and try to like make things happen real fast. And I find when I'm chasing it and I'm really like putting everything balls to the wall and I don't have a good routine or I don't take my time, I think I make more mistakes that way and I have more anxiety even more, you know. And so I just keep on reminding myself it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And another thing that really gets to me, that's really stuck to me since 2004, is dreams come through much activity, but a fool's known by their many words. This is a really big thing. a doctor told me this, and it really stuck to me. It stuck to me for so many years. I have it written quite a bit now. It's something that it's so true. I was always the person before, and sometimes I struggle with it, that I always talk about what I'm going to do and what I want to do and all that. But you know what's funny? You didn't really see any action. So sometimes I'll just kind of stay silent and think to myself, you know what? I need to do some action here. Shut the fuck up and just do it, Another one, just do it. Be like Nike, just do it. You know what I mean? That's so funny, but it's so true. Just do it. Shut the fuck up and just do it. That's what you got to do sometimes, You just got to do it. I'm just trying something different by doing this, I just want to put my story out there. I really feel like if people could hear my story, they would understand that, you could do anything. I grew up in a tough little town. I was really, really good at sports, and then I put a lot of work in my senior summer. I really busted my ass, really got faster, got stronger, gave up my whole entire summer to train for football, and I didn't get to play my senior year. I think I touched the field 5 times my whole entire senior year. New coach, different philosophies. I was good, but there was younger kids that were just as good as me. Some of them were even better. So, of course you're going to learn. I learned my senior year that, it's a business. High school football is a business, Coaches get paid a lot of money and they got to win. So, I kind of felt like he didn't think I gave him the right opportunity to win. And I was still kind of growing at that point. So at that time I grew to 5'7", so I got taller. I was 5'4", and I got to 5'7", and 5'8", and I was really pounding on. So, and that disappointment, that's something that I learned. I just never got to play in sports. Never. I'm not gonna say I wasn't good enough. The people around me were just as good or younger. So, and that's just an excuse. I'm not saying that's an excuse, but it can sound like an excuse. That stuff really kind of sticks with you. But one thing I did learn in high school sports is I learned on time is late, late is unacceptable, early is on time. Tuck in your shirt, things like that really kind of stuck to me. So then I went away, somehow played college soccer. Didn't really want to do it. Wasn't really bought in. And at that time, that summer, I grew to 6 foot. So I had a really big growth spurt. And, I put on some weight, and then I just kept on getting bigger. And next thing you know, a couple of years later, I grew to 6'2". And then I joined the Navy, and I got stationed with 3rd Battalion 6th Marines because I was an FMF corpsman. Really started lifting weights with my dad. And after my second deployment, I was 6'2", 250, and I was pretty jacked. And I was benching 315, and I was repping 265 like it was nothing. And then, to kind of really focus on fitness, you got to be dedicated, but it costs a lot of money. And so I was dedicated to a certain degree. I hit my point that I wanted to hit. I wanted to be over 195, and I did. I ended up being 250, and I just kind of, after that, hit that peak, and then I just kind of slowly started losing weight, started dropping weight now to where I am now. I am 205. A couple of years ago, I was 225. During the pandemic, I was about 230. And to be honest with you, I don't really like being that weight. So now I'm dropping down. I'm trying to be down to 195, 190. So I got about 11 more pounds to lose. And I'll feel a lot better about myself. As I get older, I'm 37. It's harder for me to get muscle. So, you got to lower your weight. That's one thing I noticed from my dad. My dad's a really big dude. He's short, but he's huge. He's a big dude. He's massive, but he's losing weight. He's cutting because, he's like, hey, I can't really lift like I used to, and you know, it's hard. So I'm trying to lose the weight now, and that's what I do. So that's it. I mean, it's just certain things. It's been a very interesting month as well. You know, here we are, July 11th, and June was a very interesting month for me. Nice and chill. Looks like things are slowly opening up, so that's good. Things are changing, and you know, people are out there on the roads more, and it's really, really hard for me to be in groups still. You know, still kind of struggle with that. So we'll see. That's really it, guys. I mean, shoot, we got about a couple minutes until we're at Archery Addiction, and then we'll get in there and kind of get some bow stuff going and get some arrows and go back, and then I gotta get gas. Ooh, I'm glad I reminded that. Ooh, I need some gas right now. Now I think about it, I definitely need to get gas. So that's not good. But hey, man, I see why people now are like doing the filming stuff. I want to really put my story out there. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's a little nervous right now. Got a couple miles left on my gas tank that I really need to fill up. I'll tell you what, gas is super expensive right now, guys. If you weren't able to tell, gas is super expensive, especially when you got a truck. Yeah, it's pricey, super pricey. If anybody's got a little gas saver car they want to sell, please let me know, because I am definitely looking. And that's just one of those things. Right now, it's political season here in Pennsylvania. A lot of people are trying to run for office. A lot of people are trying to tell you how they can make changes and do all this stuff. Guys, I'm going to tell you something right now. They don't care. They really don't care about us. They care about us right now because, you know, it's cool, because it's the thing to do, but they don't care. They really don't. It's funny, I see that all the time. I see people, oh, I want to be in office, and it's like, okay, you know, but you know, it's a lot of times they just don't care. So that's all I gotta say about that. So get some gas. It's ought to be fun. Can't wait. It's gonna be fun. Let's see how much this gas is gonna be. So that's about it, man. I mean, it's kind of the story of my life to a certain degree. What's up? Tell you what, it's pretty cool how everybody here where I live, outdoors people, trucks everywhere. We're about an hour away from New York City, probably like 30 minutes away from New York border. So it's like really, really cool to see all these people here, like, you know, just be really outdoorsy, have massive trucks, and they like hunting, they like fishing. I mean, it's legit, man. I like it. I'm so happy to be a part of this. I love Pennsylvania. It's cool. It's I always say, people always ask me, like, hey, tell me about Pennsylvania. And I tell them, I'm like, hey, I grew up in Dallas, Fort Worth, and I grew up in Louisiana. And, you know, I lived a lot in Baltimore as well. But Pennsylvania is like Texas, but with mountains. You know, mountains are pretty big here. I like it. You know, there's some pretty good training here. There's all kinds of stuff. Guns. Everybody's got guns. Everybody's got guns. I got guns. You know what I mean? Everybody conceal carries. Everybody carries. You can open carry. You can do a lot. And the state is slowly trying to change. I mean, kind of like in Texas, how everybody's moving from California to Texas. It's kind of like New York City. People are moving down here to Pennsylvania, and you know, they bring their styles here, I guess, right? So, you know, it's going to be an interesting next 5 years. So it's going to be really interesting to see. So I'm sitting here looking back at this gas. I'm like, oh boy, man, this is going to hurt. Some good advice about how to make yourself feel better when it comes to filling large amounts of gas for your truck, your tractor, and things like that. I mean, I'm all for it. If anybody's got any good ideas, please let me know, because I am all for it. Totally am. Whew. I'm just happy I made it here in time. It's about to rain. It's going to rain right now, so good thing I'm prepared. Got my rain jacket on, so got my rain jacket behind me. Oh, you know what it was? Today was the Spartan race. A lot of people were doing the Spartan race today. So I'm looking at this guy's truck right here. He's got the same truck as me. I tell you what, guys, making your truck get comfortable is the big thing. Oh. Holy cow. You know you got a large tank in your truck when the gas station stops, has a point where it stops giving you gas. It's like, hey motherfucker, you're taking all our gas. But, hey, I see the light. Like I said, anybody with a gas saver car, please let me know, because I'll definitely take it. Look how that works. Alright, looks like everybody's coming back from the Spartan race. Looking pretty legit. Let this guy fill up. Oh, man, I really hope Vanessa grabbed those chairs. I really hope she did. So we'll see. So this is going to be the year of these next, let's see, July, August, September, October, November, December. These next 6 months of my life are going to kind of determine the next, I'm going to say the next 3 years of what my life's going to be. I'm kind of at a crossroads. There comes a point where, you know, I had a big goal. I wanted to finish college, and I did. I finished college. You know, I couldn't believe it. I finished it. You know, I worked my tail off, and you know, now I finished my master's. But guess what? I'm not really. I'm kind of going to this point where I'm like, man, I don't even know if I want to I want to do a different. I want to learn a different skill. I want to learn like a trade, you know. I want to learn maybe like plumbing or carpentry, things like that. I want to or you know, control construction vehicles. I really want to work. That's one thing that my family, my mom and my dad, my grandfather, my great grandpa, my great grandfather, my grandfather, everybody, my aunts, my uncle, all of them. I mean, I'm Puerto Rican and black. We got a long, big family. They work hard. We work hard. We work hard, hardcore. I'm not going to let other people come over here and outwork me. It's not going to do that. It doesn't happen that way. I'm not that person. That's not how my family raised me, and that's not how this country trained me or I learned from my education to be lazy. No, absolutely not. I work my tail off. And like I said, these next 6 months are going to really determine the trajectory of my next 3 years of my life. I got a couple goals that I wrote down for this year, and I'm getting it. Definitely getting them, so it's really neat. Definitely getting those points, but I think the career thing is kind of now like what I want to do. You know, what do I want to learn? You know, do I want to learn construction? Do I want to learn plumbing? You know, do I want to learn those things? Yes, I want to learn a skill. I'm not really sure what skill to learn. I gotta figure out what's a good way to kind of figure out a way to try all these different skills and see what's gonna work for me. You know, see what's gonna really strike me on what I want to do. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. My biggest dream is I want to have a bunch of land. I want to be able to take wounded warriors, veterans, nurses, first responders, healthcare workers, and I want everybody to be able to like decompress. Like maybe if you can, spend a couple days or spend at least a week, and you're just going to get rid of all your technology. You're going to get rid of your phone. And you're just going to seriously just kind of get the therapy sessions and just really figure out what you want to do with your life, you know? Try to get rid of some of that emotional baggage that we all carry, man. It's hard out there, guys. It is. So really, really important. That's what my goal is. I want to be able to have a bunch of land where you be able to hunt, fish, and you get therapy sessions. You get to learn farming. And you get to learn a whole different lifestyle, you know, this lifestyle approach, be optimistic, get rid of the negativity, really, 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 really interact, you know, find out who you are, find out who you used to be, find out how you have changed, things like that. That is what I want to do. I'm just not really sure, you know, what route I should do it. So these next 6 months are going to be really, really big for me. It's going to really determine. I'm not going to say it's going to determine a lot because you can't really say one event is going to make a determination. I think it could kind of make a change, you know. That makes sense, but that's what it is. So, hey, guys, we're here at Archery Addiction. Nice little store. Small businesses. My family and I are really big on supporting small businesses, and that's what we do. We support our small businesses, especially when you live out in pretty much the middle of nowhere like I do. It's really key that you know the small businesses and you have good relationships with them, and that's really it. So that's kind of where we are right now. That's let me show you what it looks like. That's it right there. So I can't really film inside because it might be a little disrespectful. So, hey, I'll tell you what I go, and I'll see you. What's going on? Hey, so I didn't post yesterday, but I don't think anybody cares anyways. But I did choose some arrows from Archery Addiction. I got a couple of them. They cut them for the way I like it, and I decided to go with some gold tips. It's been a long time since I've... Actually, to be honest with you, sometimes I could be a cheapskate. I like being cheap, some things. And I just said, hey, I need something that's cheap because I'm probably going to lose these arrows. And he said, yeah, okay. And he directed me. So I got a nice little trainer tip, and he cut them to my size, and that's it. So, yeah, that's what I got from Archery Addiction. And I actually got to talk to the owner again even more, and you know, he's all about it, man. He's all about veterans and everything, so really cool. Really good stuff, you know, good stuff. So that's kind of what we got going on, and shoot, I'll show you the little setup I got so far. This is just kind of little setup I like to, you know, target shoot at, so not a big deal. But hey guys, until then, talk to you later.